I asked Gabby if she was ready, and she said born. So we're streaming. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday.
Hello, happy Monday. Oh boy.
Hope you had a good Mother's Day if you're a mother.
Your mother.
Your mother. I'm not showing myself this morning because
Oh God.
I am just. I managed to get in the shower. That was about as productive as I was this morning.
She's like, I was in the shower and that was productive.
That's me. Oh Lordy. Anyway, what were we talking about?
We were talking about the shittiest Mother's Day on planet Earth.
Oh yeah, well, we're not going to get into that on the stream. I wanted to tell you before I started streaming, and then I forgot. And I went and I made myself coffee this morning, and it's so weak it looks like tea. And I was in a rush to get out here, so instead of spooning in the sugar, I just took the bag and I just kind of poured. It is so sweet. There is so much. There's enough sugar in here to power the electricity in the entire city of Charleston, I think.
Yeah, half a bag of sugar
to
do that.
If electricity was sugar, this would be all you would need this morning. So I'm probably not even going to finish it. I'm just going to take a few sips and hope for the best.
I don't even put a lot of sugar in anymore, and hardly any milk, just because. Ew.
No, I hadn't been doing milk for a long time. I've done some backsliding. I have done some backsliding.
I mean, we do that.
But I'm gearing up for another juicing session very soon.
This is breakfast.
All right, so we're on the same page this morning, basically.
Yeah, I may not have sugar in my coffee, but I definitely have sugar in my gummy bears.
Oh my God, what did I do? Yeah. I gotta move you back over here. I messed up your
No, it's not you. It's the sun is actually out.
No. The size of your picture. I moved you. If you're watching this stream, you see I can move things around. Woo! Yeah, okay. Well, you were off kilter. We were looking at my hand on my mouse instead of, part of you.
Gummy bears, yeah.
Speaking of gummy bears, did you see Jessica's Facebook for Mother's Day yesterday?
No, I haven't been online since Thursday.
She's sitting in the corner of the screen, perfectly still like a statue, while her two older boys and the baby are on the living room rug, just completely spazzing out to the Gummy Bear song. You know that I'm a Gummy Bear song? And she's just sitting there, and it says something like Happy Mother's Day to me, or something. They're bouncing and gyrating, and even the baby's rocking up on his arms, rocking back and forth.
Where is that? Where is that? On the baby's Facebook? On the kid's Facebook?
It's on It's on their page. Oh my God. Oh my God. Huh? I'm like, okay, my Mother's Day wasn't so bad.
So fun.
They're ridiculous. She cracks me up.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
So I'm sitting here thinking I have some sort of disease and my skin's peeling, but I think it's varnish from 2 days ago. That 2 showers and multiple hand washings did not take off.
It doesn't come off.
But I didn't make a conscious effort to try to scrub it off. If I had known it was still there, I would have. But I'm looking like I'm diseased.
I'm diseased over here.
Lordy. So today, at 11 o'clock, I'm meeting somebody, hopefully a nice woman, off of Craigslist, who is selling a buttload of Swarovski flatback crystals and a heat set gun. So I'm going to assume that the crystals are heat set crystals, but it doesn't matter because I can still use them on my rocks. This one here, this teeny tiny crystal that I'm showing on cam, that you're going to have to wait 20 seconds to see because of the delay. The one right in the center, that's a heat set crystal. So she's selling what she says is $250, probably retail, without a coupon, worth of, but still it's a bargain no matter how you look at it. She's, so.
Okay, those are cool, yeah.
Ashley Phosphate Road, which can be kind of sketchy over there, but we'll see. I may have to FaceTime with my sister Peggy in case I get abducted or something.
You should have me on and I'll video us.
Oh my God.
Stream us on Ustream or on Periscope.
You video it and then upload it to our YouTube channel for everybody to see yesterday. Watch Beth get kidnapped from a Craigslist ad person.
So funny. Be on the lookout for her because she's a lunatic.
The Beth
Look what I got.
kidnapping paper.
Show some crafty stuff just for a sec. They had these at Michael's, and if you've ever been to New York City, there's a really big candy store called Dylan's Candy Bar. You can go there and buy a candy that you can't find anywhere else, really, and you can also make candy bars, like chocolate bars, and put anything you want in them. They have like gummy bears and blah blah blah.
Oh God!
But they had these at Michael's. I think this was like $3, and it's sticky notes.
Is it?
Yeah, and there's
in the shape of candies.
Yeah, gummy bears, cherries, and 3 different types of lollipop, like a lollipop, and then the other ones. Aren't they cute?
That is cute. I do so definitely cute. Like that.
I know, I loved it. I fell in love with it to use for. It's like these are really like quite big. Look at that's a sticky note. They're a good size for your planner.
I love it. Remember those lollipops? Oh my God, my parents always got me one. Whenever they had them at the fair, and I remember getting one at Disney World too when I was like 12. Yeah, the huge lollipops.
Yeah, I love those. The huge big ones.
They're just so colorful.
And then there's ones that we always got at the carnival, the long ones.
Oh, I don't remember ever seeing them. Oh yes, yeah, on sticks, and they'd stick them up in the display. They'd be sticking out of like a styrofoam or something.
Yeah. Okay. Aren't they cool? I thought those were really fun. I had to get that.
That is cool.
And I was at. It's too funny because I'm like having a candy week. I was at Hershey Park this weekend in the rain.
Oh yeah, I know you have stories. So
with 403 7th and 8th graders.
Yeah, let's get on with these stories. I have to hear this. I have to hear this. So how was the bus ride?
I was surprised that most of the parents that went were not the Stepford parents.
Whoa, what do you know?
I know, it was
the kind Stepford of like, parents, it's too beneath them to go on a school thing. That's what it is.
They're not going to go on a school trip. So we had, because of the me that I am and my personality type, I don't really click with females because I have a dominant personality and they just fucking annoy me. Sorry. Most of them are annoying. I just don't like them.
I agree.
So I was on the trip. I was just hanging out by myself. I had my favorite kids with me because they ignored their own chaperones and were hanging out with me because they know that like I'm cool and the other ones are not. And then I had 3 dads that I was hanging out with.
Oh, cool.
One of them was like totally comedian, like my personality, but a guy.
Oh
sarcastic.
God.
Everything was funny, and he had a quick joke for everything. He was just me in a man form. He was fun. Then the other one looked like Mr. fucking Bean.
Mr. Bean! Oh my God.
And I thought at first, like, he looked like Mr. Bean. And you know, when you see Mr. Bean, you know that he's funny because you know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at him, he doesn't look funny. He looks damn serious.
He does. He looks a little scary. I've heard from people who have met him. I have firsthand accounts of people that he can. Maybe it has to do with celebrity and being sick of being approached, but he can be quite rude in real life.
Well,
it may have something to do with just being sick of being a celebrity, and I can totally understand that.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, like, I think that might also be part of his shtick, that he's kind of like aloof and goofy. This guy was Mr. Bean's personality and the way Mr. Bean looked. He was goofy and funny, but really quiet and dry about it. So he might have come off as an asshole to everybody else. I thought he was fucking awful. He was great.
You found your people.
I did. And then there was one more guy who was an older dad who had an oops baby like 15 years after he had his finally planned baby. So like he was like 60 something with a 12-year-old boy, and he was funny as hell. He's like, I've been on these trips for the last 30 years. I'm like, how the fuck have you been on them for 30 years? Your kid's 12. He's like, yeah. This one is. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, how many more do you have? He's like, yeah, I have 5 more. And they go all the way up to age 35. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he has older kids, so.
Well, he's a good dad. He's a good dad.
He was quiet and very reserved, but when he did open his mouth, it was worth listening to. Funny as hell.
God.
Funny as hell. So
Oh,
I had a great time with all the dads. All the moms could fuck off. Really? I mean, there were 2 moms I liked, and the rest of them, really, I just had no use for any of them. They're just...
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, and I think Jessica, my daughter, can relate too. She has an awful hard time
I
making
have no
friends
use
with
for
other
them. They
moms.
don't have any sense of humor. There's no fun in their lives. They don't know comedy if it bit them in the ass.
Oh God.
It was...
You know, it's funny. Almost every woman friend that I have has told me that I am one of either the only one or one of their few women friends because they have trouble being friends with women. But I guess I must come across as like non-competitive and non, I don't know. I don't know. I can be friends with most people, I think, but I have my favorites,
Yeah. Well,
I get along with everybody
people.
almost.
I can't be friends with most people. I can be friends with a few.
Yeah.
And I can tolerate many for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, that's
And
me with kids. I love kids
yeah,
and I love
yeah.
their energy, but I can only, I die if I have to spend more than, you know, a few hours around kids and I'm exhausted. Their energy just drains me.
Oh, see, for me, I'm like, I feed off of it and they feed off of mine. So we get along really good. I'm very good with kids and I love them. So
Oh,
I'm
that's
good.
great.
Yeah, I had a great time this weekend. I'm a little bit bummed that I learned that the 8th graders don't have parent chaperones. They only have teacher chaperones. So I cannot go next year.
Oh.
I know, it was like, fuck.
So is that it for like the rest of your life? No more until you have grandchildren?
No, guess what? In Ellie's 10th grade,
Yeah.
parents get to go on the high school trip, and the music the music department goes only on the trip once every 4 years.
Oh.
So every kid gets to go, but it just depends on what grade they're in.
Okay.
So for Ellie, it'll be her freshman year, and if it was Michaela going on a chorus trip, it would be her senior year because she's 2 years ahead of Mac.
Okay.
So I'll be going when Ellie's in 10th grade to Europe as a parent chaperone.
All right, that's cool. That's cool.
And they either go to Russia, Prague, and like Belarus and all those areas, or they go to Switzerland, Austria, Germany, and those areas. Like those are the 2 places that they go for competition. So I'm like, the next one, I actually could figure it out because I know where they went 3 years ago. I could figure it out. I don't do math very good, but I figure out where we're going. But I kind of just don't even want to think about it because I want to just be surprised when we go. But I'm already starting to prepare for that because it's going to be the best friggin' time ever.
Yeah.
And I was like, Ellie, do you want me to come or you want to go without me? Because I'll let you do it. You can do it. She was like, no, I'm not going unless you come with me. I'm like, okay.
Well, we'll see how she feels in a couple of years.
I know. I'm like, you're telling me that now, and that's cool. All right, I'm going to prepare for me to go. But if you get to 10th grade and you're like, ew,
Yeah.
I want to go alone, then I will absolutely be fine with that.
Well, you know what? You're a fun mom, and I don't think there are many. I think there are a lot of tired, cranky moms.
And that was what happened on this trip, too. Half of them were just like the people from my area, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they have a different type of like mentality towards everything. And they were not fun. And the kids were just like, really? And they all wanted to be with me in my group, but I could only take 6, 7. So I had to take the ones that were assigned to me.
Oh,
but
poor kids.
I walked into the cafeteria area where 403 of them were eating breakfast, and everybody from the whole room was like, come sit over here, Mrs. Rosen, come over here. I'm like, guys, I gotta go to one table, just chill out. There's like a big amount of me, a lot of me here. We can,
that is so funny, but
but
that's nice though.
It was
cute. So all those Stepford moms that think they're so popular and so cool, and they just want to be exclusionary, they can go suck an egg.
And they're not cool because they didn't get, this is Rosen. Mrs. Rosen, come sit over here.
That's right. Because they suck and the kids know it. They pick up on those sucky vibes.
I think they do. I really do. It's pretty...
That, I'm better than everybody and my you-know-what does not stink. You know what? It does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Some of them, though, I gotta say, my roommate, I was really surprised that I got along with her. She is a oncology chemist,
wow.
PhD,
Wow.
and guess what? guess what drug she specializes in and works with and researches?
Oh God, the one that you were doing.
Yep, Avastin.
Avastin, what do you know? So you had some conversations going on there.
We did, and she was like, I'm really surprised you were on Avastin for ovarian cancer. It is not approved for ovarian cancer. I'm like, I was on a trial.
What?
Nope, not approved for ovarian. But it was a trial for me, so I was on it because of that, and I was lucky. Pretty cool, though. I liked her. She was nice.
That was great. Wow, that was just like fate, you know?
Yeah.
If you have to share a room with somebody, it might be somebody you have something in common with.
It was I mean, I get along with anybody for one night. I don't need to talk to them. I just need to sleep. So it wouldn't have mattered really to me who was in there, but I really did like this person that I was with. I don't remember her full name, but it was Mrs. Ford.
Huh.
And really just very nice person. I liked her. She was cool.
Okay, that is cool.
Yeah. All right, what am I doing? I'm going to be doing green now.
So Hershey Park sounds like it's a lot different from the last time I was there, which is probably in the mid-'80s.
I don't know. I've never been there before. I have nothing to compare it to. It was not laid out very well. The park was like a mess because I think that because they have massive roller coasters, they can't cram them all into one spot.
Yeah, they didn't have roller coasters when I went. It was still more of like a chocolate factory tour, gift shops, you know, that kind of thing.
They had that. Yeah, that was there too. But the roller coasters there's a lot of them. And they're in all the different corners of the park. So you have to walk 20 minutes to get to either any one of them.
Oh, okay.
And it was pouring down rain. And
Good.
that was a good thing because there was no normal people at the park. It was the
just
lines
as freaks with kids.
I know the lines were at most. One of them was 45 minutes, but the rest of them were about 10 or 15 minutes. I was fine with that.
Wow.
Because I was just hanging out. I don't care. I can't find my playing cards. I lost them.
Oh no! They gotta be there somewhere because you were just showing to me last week. They're there somewhere.
She says last week, and she expects them to still be here.
Yeah, you know, as the words were coming out of my mouth, I was like, "What are you saying? Are you listening to yourself?"
So I need to show you my spoils.
Oh yeah, let's look at the spoils.
So I guess every now and then they have a different flavor Hershey bar that they only sell at that place because I've never seen it anywhere else.
Really?
I can't tell you 100% that it's only from that place. Okay. But this one, I haven't eaten it yet, but it's white chocolate and it's supposedly cherry cheesecake flavor of New York. And this is what it looks like.
Oh my God. Cherry cheesecake. Take a picture of that and send it to Michelle.
Okay.
And she will go. If there's anybody who will find a certain flavor of chocolate, it's her.
Really?
She used to send me pictures of the most oddest things that she would come across, different flavored, you know, things and Pringles and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, where did you find that?
They have different ones from different states at different times. Like this time, it was just the only things I found were New York and Georgia. And the other one was a Reese's peanut butter cup from Georgia. It's honey roasted peanut Reese's, and this is this one.
Oh, that's cool. I wonder if they're down here. I'll have to take a look. You know, if I take a look, that means I'm going to end up buying it. And if I buy it,
you might actually have them since you're down there.
Yeah, right. Georgia's the next state
over.
Area
have these. So it's flavor of Georgia, honey roasted, naturally flavored with other natural flavors, milk chocolate Reese's, peanut butter cups, honey roasted. I'm like, okay. So those were the two. I only got that. I didn't get anything else. Ellie got a Hershey's Kiss that's like this big. Chocolate, a 1 pound one. She got a purple sweatshirt. Mackie, I got her a t-shirt, and I got her a 1 pound Hershey's Kiss also. And I think that's, like, I didn't get much. I got this bag.
Things at parks are so expensive.
I got myself this.
I like that.
It was $2. You know, I can't really say, I couldn't say no to it.
Yeah. $2 is worth it.
Yeah, and they didn't have anything for my, like, planners or, like, notebooks or anything that I liked. I was so sad. They had no pen. They did have a pen that was really cool. It was shaped like a Twizzler, and I got that from Michaela. But she took it to school today, or I would have showed it to you. But yeah, yep. So basically, it was a very fun trip most of the time.
Good.
A few points were a little annoying, but you're going to have that on a trip, so you suck it up, buttercup, and you deal.
That's right. All right, well, that's good, because I thought I was going to be hearing horror stories. I'll be truthful. I really did, because, some of the things you told me about the parents at that school, I'm like, oh, God. But then, it makes sense. The ones that have that attitude would probably be the last ones who would volunteer for a school trip.
They're the last ones that will volunteer. Yeah. And they're the first ones that'll tell you, I'm not, like, what are you kidding me? I'm not doing that.
And they're probably the first ones that would complain about something that happened to my kid on a trip. Well, why weren't you chaperoning them?
Exactly. And if your kid can't deal with it, then their kid shouldn't be going on a trip.
Yeah, that's right.
Your kid is 13, 14, or 15 years old now on this trip. They need to suck it up. Even my own kid, Ellie, tried calling me at 11 o'clock. Mommy, somebody's pranking us and knocking on the door. I'm like, Eliana, I am not your room mother. Your room mother is in room 3312. Go fucking call her. Don't call me.
I love it.
I'm like, are they hurting you? Did someone threaten you? No, they're just bothering us. You have a room parent, and that is what her job is.
That's right.
Go call her. I'm not in charge of your area. I'm not even on your floor, Ellie. Like, go. So funny.
Mom, I'm being murdered. Well, call your room mother.
Call your mom? I know. I told her, like, what do you want from me?
There's somebody breaking down the door with an axe, Ma.
I don't even know what
I'm trying to sleep, kid.
You crazy lunatic. What do you want? But, they feel comfortable because you're the mom and they want to tell their mom. They don't want to go to somebody they're uncomfortable with. I get it.
That's true.
Dad, I'm not your room mom. Sorry.
So they don't let your own kid be in your group? That's interesting. I guess they're trying to avoid favoritism and stuff, right?
No, I had her in my park group. I just didn't have her in my room block because she wasn't near my room.
Okay.
And other people's kids were there too. I mean, other people's parents were there too. So they got, they had to divvy it up a little bit.
Oh, lordy. The joys of having children.
And I think Ellie had a great time because she really didn't bother me except for to tell me that, like, to say one thing, like, look, people are knocking on our door. I was like, that's why you have a room parent. I had to tell her, I don't need to hear it. It's my kids are asleep. They're all Asians and they're asleep. They're the good kids. I had all good violin. I'm serious. It's so cute. I had all the Chinese girls that played violin. I had 12 of them.
Oh.
And they're just the quietest, sweetest, most respectable, like, polite kids that I had. That was like,
wow,
so lucky.
You really lucked out.
I did, and they were my room kids. So as soon as we were supposed to knock on their doors at 11 p.m. and say, okay, it's time for you guys to turn the lights out and go to sleep. And, my kids were already asleep. All three of the rooms opened the door. The door was black. The kid looked like she was asleep for an hour already.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm so sorry I had to wake you up, but they want us to make sure you guys are in here and asleep. And they were like, okay, thank you. We're so polite, like, so cute.
Aww.
Yeah, it was a good.
Are those girls friends with each other because they have that in common, the violin and all that?
The kids that roomed together chose their rooms.
Okay.
And the kids that walked in the park together, they didn't necessarily get to choose their park group, but their room group was with their park group.
Okay.
So whoever was in your room was also going on the park with you for the kids.
Okay.
Yeah, so Ellie's group was there, and then there were 3 other girls because one of my kids from my park group had to leave to go to a national violin, like, competition.
Really?
So her and her brother had to leave. So they had to leave. They left at like 5 o'clock in the morning. It was like crazy.
Wow.
It was crazy, yeah. And I had to tell I told the head of the whole thing, like, what kid is leaving in the morning? I'm only going to have 7. And he was like, what? Who's leaving? I'm like, aren't you in charge?
Yeah, really.
I'm like, I don't know her name.
Aren't you supposed to know?
Her name? She's cute. And I'm like, I don't know her last name. And, oh, well, do you know what time her family is coming to get her? I was like, I wasn't privy until 2 minutes ago. So, no, I don't know. That was a little disorganized. There was disorganized chaos, and I'll probably, once I am home a while and get to think about it, will probably be like, oh, I forgot to tell you about this and this and this.
Oh man.
I just had dads to hang out with though, I was lucky.
Yeah, you were lucky. You were very lucky.
And I was surprised because most of the time, dads don't go on these kind of trips. There were more dads on this trip than there were moms, I think.
Well, it was Hershey Park.
Yeah, roller
Think
coasters.
about it. It wasn't like they were going to Build-A-Bear or, something like that.
Yeah, it was Hershey Park, yeah.
Roller coasters.
Some of the chaperones were lucky because they had full groups of riders, so the chaperones could go on the rides too, but I wasn't that lucky. I had kids that were sitting it out, so I had to sit it out too.
Oh, yeah. That would have been me, I would have been, the violin group, just like, chilling out, saying, no, I think I'll pass on this one. Where's the merry-go-round?
Oh, see, because I am such I'm the mom that does it all, and I didn't get to go on any rides because I had kids that didn't want to go on them, so that was okay.
Damn.
But you know what I think I might do next year so that I could go with Ellie? Maybe I'll make a suggestion for them. There are kids that do not ride that still go on this trip. Why don't you have chaperones that are just for those kids?
Right, who don't want to go. Yeah.
And let me hang out with the ones that don't go on the rides.
Right, so I see what you mean by disorganized.
Yeah, it was really...
It wasn't well thought out, that's for sure.
And they've been doing this for years, so you'd think they would have thought of that by now. Like, have a few chaperones that are there for the kids that do not want to go on rides. Because there are a lot of kids that don't go on rides. And then it'll just work out better because we had kids that were upset that didn't get to go on a ride because their group members didn't want to go. It was interesting. I like to say that word. But you know what? It was fun. Overall, I give it a C+.
All right.
Yeah, it wasn't
the greatest. It could have been worse.
Yep.
Oh, I keep messing up. It's probably all that sugar in my coffee. Jesus, I'm going to have shaky hands. Oh my God. So I got the neighborhood meeting tonight.
Oh.
So after I go on my little adventure of being kidnapped by a mad person on Craigslist, I got to come home and type up the meeting minutes from last neighborhood meeting.
The mad crazy person from Craigslist.
And then and then at 6 o'clock I got to head over to the Baptist church over here because that's where we hold the meetings. That church. Oh God, I keep messing up. This is terrible. You think doing dots would be a lot easier? No. When you're a perfectionist, it sucks.
Yeah, you think, right? No, I don't think dots are easy. I think because you want to make them all uniform size that they're going to be like an unholy mess at first.
Well, I'm not putting enough. I can tell you right now, I'm not putting enough paint on my little dotting tool, so I'm not getting that nice little dollop of paint coming off of it, and so I've got to try to swirl it around and make it a perfect circle, and that ain't working. So I got to put more. I need to put more paint on the dotting tool. That's what it is. That's the trick. You think you're overloading it and it's going to be a blobby mess, but no, that's what makes the nice dots, because you're just touching it to the paint to the paper, and it just pulls the paint down onto it. That's how you're supposed to do it. You're not really supposed to put a lot of pressure, but I put pressure and I end up messing it up. And I know these things and I do it anyway.
But you'll figure it out as you go. Yeah. It'll be fine. You'll figure it out. Yeah. Oh, I have a question for Jess, and I think she might be watching us, and if she's not, then if she watches it later, she'll hear it.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Let me.
Yeah, I have a question for her. I would like to know the answer
Are you
to.
watching a stream, question mark? Gabby has a question for you.
Your other mother.
By the way, your new name is Debbie, according to voice to text.
Oh, all right. I'll take it. It's fine.
She may not even. She may be doing 3 billion things at once, or she could
He
just be
probably is.
sitting. She could be just
Homeschool.
sitting in a semi-coma, just letting the kids wreck the house. Just like, oh God, I'm so tired. I didn't sleep last night.
Yeah, and I actually have a homeschooling question for her.
Oh, homeschooling. Okay.
I want to know something.
Wants to know something.
I do. I want to know. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. So I will just ask it anyway. And if she does answer you, I'll ask it again. I'm curious to know if she's in a group of homeschoolers in her area and if they do organized like trips to museums or, like those science places or the zoo or any like places like that. And like do they get to give their kids field trips is what I'm asking, basically.
Oh, you know, I don't know. I know she takes them to things, but I don't know if it's other moms homeschooling that are doing it.
Yeah, is there a network in her area? I mean, are they nice? Are they like freaks? Are they?
Well, you got to figure.
Are they
This is South Carolina, so a lot of the people who are homeschooling for religious reasons. So they follow the Christian curriculums and they do their own stuff and everything. And Jessica is not, so therefore she does not. And
Right.
it's more of a secular, like what you would get at public school, and a public school up north, that is. Even the public schools down here, uh, she she does follow the state curriculum, and she has to submit reports and stuff to her local school. I don't know if she's in any groups, so that is a good question. I never really heard her mention one, so I would want to say no, but I know she's taken the boys to things, so I don't know. We'll have to wait for an answer. See what we get.
Yeah, curious to know if that's something that they do. Like, I mean, I would love to homeschool Michaela. She would love it. Ellie's like, I need my friends. Sorry, no. But she's too social. If I had started her earlier, probably I would say Ellie probably wouldn't balk at it. But now at this point in her life, she's just like, you've got to be kidding me, or like, are serious that you really want to do that? Because I did ask them about it. Because Michaela's a child that would probably do well working on her own.
Yeah.
Dealing with all of these
distractions.
Too many distractions and too much like it's too chaotic. I guess the word distractions. There's just too many for her there. And so I was just curious. I mean, I don't want to do it to her now. She's in 9th grade, and I don't think transitioning her to homeschooling at this point is going to benefit her or me, because I think I would just be impatient if she was getting lazy. Because I think that discipline of self-teaching, I see Eddie when Jess is doing this, and Eddie just sits down and starts doing it on his own.
Yeah, she said she's been waiting for that. She sent that Snapchat the other day. This is the moment I've been waiting for.
That is amazing. That's awesome.
He wants to learn. That's what it is. And schools, a lot of schools, and the way that they teach, well, because it's like a one-size-fits-all,
Yeah.
And I definitely did not fit in the one-size-fits-all. I am much better one-on-one or self-teaching,
Yeah.
But the social aspect of school was just way too much pressure for me. I was very shy, and it just did a number on me. It really did. My public school days, specifically my elementary and middle school years.
Didn't do well there, huh?
I struggled. I actually got better grades in middle school. I mean, good enough where I could go into the college prep courses in high school.
Oh, that's cool.
But elementary school was just a mess. And it didn't help that my 6th grade teacher was a freaking lunatic. She had so many complaints against her over the years. My brother had her, okay? He remembers. She favored boys and did not like girls. And girls she was very mean and cruel to. And she would love to humiliate kids. She was just, this sick, twisted woman who, just was not happy in her life, and she was just mean. She was just really mean, but they couldn't fire her because she had tenure.
Tenure, yeah, I don't know if they do that anymore. Do they?
God, I hope not.
That's to me, it's like that's stupid. It's stupid because you're just setting yourself up for a teacher to be an asshole later on.
That's right, and you can't do anything about it.
And not that they're going to be, but like, does any job have tenure?
No.
And I could see how it could be a good thing for a really good teacher, but you gotta like pick and choose who you're gonna give it to, I think.
Yeah.
Not you can't, but I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Yep. I know what you're saying. I know.
Yeah.
I'm talking here with the pink. And a little more pink. Oh, so my day is full, and I hate it when I have full days. I want days where I have absolutely nothing to do so I can do whatever I want. And I know that's what most people want. I do know this. I realize this. And I am in no position to really be complaining, but I'm complaining anyway.
What planet do you live on that you think you're going to get to do whatever you want all day? Oh, I love it. That's funny. That's funny. I gotta tell you, that's.
I don't want to do the neighborhood meeting. I keep thinking, what did I get myself into with this neighborhood council thing? It was completely voluntary, but I wanted to give myself a little bit of more purpose in life. Especially now that the grandkids are going to be going away. It's like I don't have them to go visit anymore, and I just think that I could get a full-time job, but I don't think that would work well with Ed. He keeps telling me that he would be okay with it, but the minute I tell him about a job, he's like, I don't think you'd be happy doing that. I don't think you'd be happy.
Well, I know you wouldn't be happy doing that, so why would you want to do it? Like, that's silly. No.
Yeah, because I have guilt.
I'm saying no.
Guilt. I have guilt.
I'm saying no.
You're saying no. All right, Pauletti won't let me work. Sorry.
No, can't have
Pauletti.
No.
You see, everybody who knows her by Gabi, when I met her, I knew her as Pauletti. So in my mind, she's always Pauletti.
Yeah, and that's perfectly good because that's what my family calls me, and you're my family, so that's fine.
Your family calls you that?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Yep. That's kind of cool.
My mom calls me Lex.
What the hell is that?
It's when I was little, I couldn't say Pauletti, so I called myself Lecky.
Oh my God,
and it went from Letty. I tried to say Letty, and then it went from that, and it went. I couldn't say that, so it was like I was saying Lecky. It was like a baby.
That's cute.
Yeah. My nephew also calls me that because he can't say my name either when he was a baby, so that.
That's so cute.
Yeah. Yep. My mom calls me Lex, and my mom and my Aunt Donna and all of her family calls me Lex. Lekkz, Lex.
So, isn't it funny how names evolve?
Yeah, I think it is pretty cool. Yep, it is. And yeah, most of the world knows me as Gabi, and that's fine. That's it. That's good. I like that. It's fine with me, and that's the way it should be.
Well, my parents named me Elizabeth because it was an old family name, but my mother hated Liz, and she didn't want anybody calling me Liz or Dizzy Lizzie or anything like that in school.
No.
So she would insist that I tell the teachers that my name is Beth, and my family called me Beth at home.
Right.
But it created this duality in my life that whenever I join something or have to put my name on something, I pause because I'm like, well, do I put my official birth record name Elizabeth on there, or do I put Beth? So half my life is divided into Elizabeth stuff, and the other half is divided into Beth stuff. And let me tell you, it's so much easier when you have one easy name that everybody uses, and it's the same one that's on your birth certificate.
Yep.
Rather than trying to figure out who you should be where.
Yeah, I have a lot of names. Well, and also because I do reenacting, you don't use your name in reenacting. So I use Gabi in reenacting for both of my reenactment groups because I can't do that.
I actually love that. I love your Facebook.
Yeah,
reenacting name is a lot of fun because I still to this day do not know how to pronounce it.
I'll tell you later.
Even Ed was like, how the hell do you say this name? What is this? And I'm like, well, there's a lot of and sounds in it, I think. So, I wouldn't even try. You gotta say, you gotta work up some phlegm in your throat to be able to
figure it out. Yep.
Pronounce his name.
Scottish Gaelic.
I made another mistake.
Yeah, it's pronounced. It doesn't look like it's pronounced, but it's pronounced gaboon, like baboon.
Oh my God,
Gaboon.
you gotta be kidding me.
Gaboon aru, aru. Just gaboon aru,
Aroo!
basically. Aru. Yep. And that's what it's pronounced. And
Gaboon. You're such a gaboon. It sounds very, connected.
it's
You
my
sound very connected with that name, you gaboon.
Your gaboon Yeah, it's not Italian though. It's Scottish Gaelic.
I'm sorry, I'd feel sorry for any child who was born with the name Gaboon.
Gaboon. Ah, you got to go in Gaboon. Gaboonaroo. It's like,
See?
yeah, it's not Gail Bane.
Gail
Like
Bane.
kind of looks like Gail Bane, but it's not Gail Bane.
Oh.
It's Gaboonaroo. Green. Oh, I like green. Green is good for me. La 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 la.
All right, it's time to thoroughly mix this stuff, I think. I'm messing around for too long here, trying to get just a little bit at a time. So yeah, I gotta mush it all together.
I have a quote every day. This is my quote today. Work hard and be freaking nice.
No.
All of you. You nasty bitches.
But if I don't wanna?
Because I'm telling you to. Work hard and be nice.
Give me a break.
If you can't be nice, then do something else. No.
Can't be nice, go lock yourself in your room.
If you can't be nice, go to your bedroom.
Can't
my
play
mother
well with others. Go play by yourself.
All right, Ma, sorry. She's so funny. I think she would send me to my room, even to this very day, if she knew how naughty I was sometimes. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching.
All right, so who do you get your naughtiness from? Your dad? Or are you just
Actually,
like a freak of nature?
I need to teach her how to watch this, because my mom would get a kick out of us.
Oh my God, yeah. She'd be on her own. Oh my
get
God. Now, if you knew your mom was watching, would that mean that you would have to behave yourself?
No. My mom knows me. She would be like, "Why are you behaving weird on there? If you're not like, no, this is me, and she knows me, and that's how I am."
Okay, good.
Not even worried
So
about
we
it.
can be ourselves around Mom. That's good. Oh, when I messed up, I messed up.
My mom.
I messed up.
All right, that's going in the mailbox. Oh, fucker.
Oh God, there she goes with that word.
I know. I just dropped something on the floor, and I'm just gonna. I have to remember to pick it up.
You know, we have that warning. We have that warning in our thing. You know, disclaimer. You know, bad words happen on this stream, and they just do. We can't help it. It's part of our language. It's part of our everyday, and we're keeping it real.
Yeah. So
if you can't handle real, then this is not the stream for you.
There's a few people out there.
Don't hang with the Stepford parents. the Stepford moms. I'm sure they got a stream somewhere in their yoga pants and yeah.
Yep. I'm sure. Yep. Green.
Making a mess.
Breaking the law. Are you making a mess over there? Yeah.
I am. So we took a ride to Columbia, South Carolina, that is.
Yeah, was it good?
We were going, no. Which is part of what I was going to tell you off camera earlier. But we won't get into that. But you know, there are no rocks in South Carolina. No natural rocks. I mean, you know, you got to go, I think, pretty much to the northern part of the state. You know, but once you get down here to the low country, I mean, this was all underwater at one time. It's all gravel and sand, and you know, by the time it reaches down here, it's been pulverized. There's no rock.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, no rocks here. So, you know, it was like, well, you know, there's rocks in Columbia. We got to just go up to the rivers and see what, you know. So we took a ride, and it was not a good thing. It should never have happened, because I could have predicted what happened was going to happen. We don't do well in the car together.
Oh.
We have completely different driving styles, and I am an introvert and he is an extrovert, and I am patient and he is impatient, and let's just say Beth was not happy. Okay, so this was not my ideal Mother's Day. You know, he thinks, you know, take Beth out and make her happy, and he's doing it from a good place in his heart. But you know, if he really got the part of my personality, he would know that wouldn't be the thing. But you know, he wanted for me to find rocks, and it was something that we were going to do together. And
Yeah.
So by the time we got there, I just sat in the car and he went and walked for a while.
You didn't even go?
I didn't get out. I mean, from what he told me anyway, I would have been disappointed. There wasn't really anything to get.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's good.
I mean, if there was tons of rocks, yeah, I would have been out there. But
You ain't got no rocks in South Carolina.
maybe they weren't the shape I wanted. I don't know. I didn't really get details from them. But, then we rode around. Then we found a flea market.
Oh, that's cool.
So we went to a flea market, and then everything was better after that. And then we just watched some stuff going home. But always that first hour in the car, no matter where we go. When we went to Florida last year, when we drive to New York, that first hour of rushing to get ahead of everybody, and going around people, and heavy on the brake, heavy on the gas, and my nerves are shot. My
You're like, I can't deal with this
my
guy.
heart is in my throat. I'm nauseous.
Oh,
And he wants to drive, but then he only wants me to drive when he's completely pissed off about my complaining about his driving, and then he's like, all right, then you drive. But then if I drive, he's going to be like,
okay.
sitting there because I'm going too slow, and I'm not going around people, and I'm like, oh God, we just need to take separate cars. We just have to. We need to take separate cars because I like my life, and I'd like to see it to the end in one piece, especially.
Yeah. See, that's like me. I am very in control. I'm not in control. Very, what is it? I have a type A personality like Ed.
Yeah.
And Harrell has a type Beth personality like you.
Type Beth. I am my own personality type.
You are. And I have to say that if you think about it, like really think about it, because you're an introvert, you need an extrovert to keep you energized sometimes.
Yes.
And extroverts need you guys to keep us on the ground, or we're going to just fly away somewhere.
Yes, and most of the time that works. Most of the time that does work.
It does. A lot of the time. It does. A lot of the time.
But
more often than not. Because
in the car, it does not work, because the car to me is just dangerous, and you're taking your life in your hands. And, you got to respect the fact that there's somebody else in the car with you, and their life is in your hands too. And if you don't respect that, you're an asshole. I'm sorry. You are.
No, if they're scared, yeah.
If you got kids in the car, you got another human being in the car, then you can't drive like you would when you're alone. You just can't. And I see that as like the ultimate of disrespect. It's the ultimate of disrespect for my personality. And
yeah, if somebody drives aggressive, I don't drive aggressively, so you wouldn't have to worry about that from me. I'm a very
I've been with you driving.
Yeah,
I have no problem with you driving.
I'm a calm driver. Yeah, I am. I'm not slow. I'm not fast. I just do what I do.
Right.
But I see what you're saying. Like if that aggressive, New York driving, I guess I'm going to say it because it's what it is. That's where he learned to drive. And
listen, I learned to drive in New York too. Okay, I'm as much of as a matter of fact, I stayed in New York long after he was gone. I was there much longer. And in the Northeast, he's been down here quite a while. But the difference is definitely personality and patience.
Yeah.
He's impatient and very quick to anger, and he uses his right foot as his outlet.
He's a lead foot papa.
Yeah. So that's what happens there. And for me, that's just like, oh God, if you're scaring the person and you know that they're feeling sick, most nice, decent people would slow down. They wouldn't say, fuck you, this is the way I mean, he didn't say this, but this is his attitude. Fuck you, this is the way I drive, deal with it.
Yeah.
You gotta have some consideration, especially if this is somebody that you supposedly care about.
I don't think he's thinking that way, though. I don't.
No, he's thinking, I want to get there, and I don't care, about anything else but getting there.
Already, and it's exactly what he's thinking. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I just want to get there, and there are all these assholes on the road preventing me from getting there as fast as I want to. And I get that about him, but I still cannot. No.
Yeah.
It's just the worst. That is the one really, the thing about our relationship that does not work. Is car rides, and yet that's what he suggests to do as a nice thing to do for me on Mother's Day. Where does that train of thought come from? How we are in the car together. How is this ever going to have a good outcome?
I don't actually think he's thinking that about the actual trip there. I think he's thinking about
the destination.
Yes, he's not thinking about that. Yeah. Yeah.
And it didn't help that we had Waffle House for breakfast, and I had a stomach full of all this greasy food that I should not have eaten. And I really did get physically ill. I mean, I was so nauseous, and he got so angry. He got so angry.
Why? Because you were nauseous? So what the fuck is he?
Well, because, I was telling him, he's swerving all over the place, going in and out. I haven't changed lanes and blah, 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 So, we had an issue yesterday.
It's all better now, though?
Yeah, it's all better until the next time we get in the car together. But seriously, though, I mean, I need to do more driving. And it's not that I don't want to, it's more that he wants to drive. But, he has to remember this is how it is, And I enjoy driving. I enjoy the car ride. I like looking at things as I'm driving. I enjoy the ride when I'm driving or driving with somebody else who drives like me.
Right.
To me, it's not a means to an end. It's not just all about the destination. It's the journey,
Yeah,
and him, it's like the journey sucks. The journey is a waste of time. I got to get this journey over with as fast as possible. We got to get to the destination because that's what this is all about, And so we have completely different approaches to driving and what's enjoyable and what's not.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys really do have different, and it's okay. I mean, as long as you don't have to be in the car all the time, then it should be okay. But I think I can understand where your stress was.
Yeah.
Oh my God, all the stress.
But that was not a good gift for me.
Yeah.
So we won't be doing that again. And he has a very short memory about it. A month from now, we'll say, let's go take a ride. And I'll be like, you remember Mother's Day? And he'll be like, oh, not really.
He's a nut.
Well, I do because, I saw my life pass before my eyes like 20 times on that trip. So, of course, I remember it. It's burned in my memory.
I wish you guys were just streaming the whole time so I could hear the bickering.
Oh, believe me, he would have blown out the microphone. Okay, let's just say he would have blown out the microphone. There was no bickering to be had. There was like 20 seconds of bickering, and then it was just like an explosion. And then I was not happy. Oh, you would not have enjoyed this. You would have been pissed.
Yeah, I probably would have been like, "Whoa."
Yeah, no, this would not have been fun or funny.
Not a good stream, huh? No.
No. I mean, what's when it's nice to be in the car with him and stream when we're driving around looking at stuff. When we go downtown to historic downtown Charleston, he knows a lot about the area because he's worked down there so much.
Oh, so he's
like a tour guide, and that's fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing that. But long car rides with the only goal being the destination, they are not enjoyable.
So then next time you have a long car ride, you need to map out every 15, 20 minutes at an antique store or a junk shop or something you need to stop at.
Oh, no, that would drive him up a freaking wall. But, that's what he wants to do in California. We're going to California in July, right?
Yeah.
For my nephew's wedding. And he's talking about, he hasn't really spent a lot of time in California or seen a lot of it other than where my sister lives because we've been there twice, And he's like, I would like to take a ride down the California coast. And see as many of this, historical spots and, scenic things as we can see. And on the way, we'll stop and see people. So he's talking about stopping and seeing his aunt and uncle and, maybe seeing if Robin's available for lunch one day or something, hang out with her, just, see people that we know and see things that we've heard of. And I've already, because I've been to California several times since starting when I was 14, because my sister lived there and I used to go out and visit. So I've seen a lot of it, but he hasn't. So this is what he wants to do. But hopefully there'll be enough, there'll be frequent enough things where we don't have too long of a stretch of more than like maybe half an hour before we have to stop again, like what you were saying, So that's what I'm hoping for. It's like, I'm going to map out a stop every half an hour. You said you wanted to see things, right? Come on, we're stopping. We're stopping.
We're stopping right now. We're stopping. Oh my gosh. What was that?
Also, he's a smoker and he wants to stop like every hour and 15 minutes. But, I think,
Yeah, of course he
so
does.
that
Yeah.
probably agitates him is that he's not smoking in the car. He can't smoke on a plane. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. You may be getting some interesting Snapchats.
I love Snapchat.
I do too. And you know what?
Love
They have the same feature now in Instagram, and they've got it on the Messenger app, the Facebook Messenger app, and I just can't get into it. I
no,
just can't.
I don't want to do it anywhere else. I just want
Yeah,
it where
because
it is.
that's not what I use those apps for. Snapchat, that's all it's about.
Right. And I
You
don't
know?
need to be bothered with. Yeah, I can't. If everybody's the same, then why do I need all these apps? I'm just going to keep them for their different purposes, and that's it.
I kind of like the story feature on Instagram, but I can't figure out after I've done my initial story how to do another one. Because for the first one, you click on your circle at the top, and then you can add to your story. And then after that, you click on the circle at the top, and all it does is play what you just recorded previously. It doesn't let you add something. So I haven't figured out the Instagram app.
I don't use that like that. I don't use it that way. I just put a picture up every day. That's it. One picture a day.
Yeah, I don't even do that.
And I like it because there's a few people that I like following them there, but I don't care about like anywhere else. I don't need their Facebook. I just really enjoy their photos.
Yeah, same here.
And there most of those people that I do that with are not even in this country. So look at how pretty this is. Isn't this pretty?
Ooh, that is nice. That's very pretty.
Yeah, it was done with a stamped image and then just pattern paper and white
Ooh.
cardstock with a little ribbon behind it. I think it's simple but elegant. I like it.
Cool. Did you make that? Did somebody send that to you?
No, someone sent it to me, and it was a card. And then they wrote on the inside, but I didn't want to throw it away, so I cut the top off and just made it into. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'll probably make it a cover of a book or something. I don't know. You know how I am.
Yeah, cool. Have we gotten our? We should be getting our swap partners soon for that.
Oh, let me check.
I forgot about that. Didn't you say the last day to sign up is the 15th, I think?
Yeah, so tomorrow we'll be getting that.
Okay, good. Good.
Wish list. Yeah, today's the last day to sign up.
Okay.
And wow, there's 9 people in there. So I would laugh if we got one. If I got you or you got me.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's like the whole point of joining the swap is to, get your name out there and start swapping with different people, and we end up with each other. That would be funny, though.
My favorite swapper is in this swap, and if you get her, you are really lucky.
Really?
She is. If she sends to you, I mean, you sending to her is a little bit more high maintenance, but it's not as bad as it looks. If you get Goldfinch Meadowlark, just let me know and I'll tell you what to send her.
Oh,
if you
cool.
show me
Okay.
you have already, because I love trading postcards with her on the side, and she's one of my friends. So,
okay, cool.
Yeah, she's really sweet. She's a good one. I don't know the other people that have listed things in the bottom. I just
when
know.
you send swaps, do you usually put like a little note in there?
Yes, you put it like. You know what I do is see these little cards right here?
I saw the card on one of the ones you sent me. I thought that was really cool. But do you ever like write something, else besides just that?
Yeah. If I send a postcard, I write a personal message on the postcard. Maybe I'll explain it, tell a little history about it, say what I did this week, or if I know where they live and I have a connection with that, I'll say, oh, I love something about their area, or suggest where for them to go if they come here. A lot of the times I write, if you ever come to New York City, please let me know, because I will come into the city and I will take you places.
You're so cool.
Yeah, and so that's the kind of thing I write. I always include a little swap card. You should make some, they're fun, and a little note.
Yes, I want to make a swap card.
Yeah, the swap cards are cool. I wish I had more of them, but I'm going to make some today, I think. I don't know where I put them. I had a whole pack of them. What I do is I make one on the computer, and then I just make photocopies of it and print it out on cardstock or printer paper.
Okay. Haven't heard from Jess. She must be busy with the kids.
Well, somebody else is watching us. Well, they were, but they're not now.
Okay. Well, maybe it could be Barbara.
I love the warning disclaimer. Politically incorrect.
Yes. I mean, we gotta, people saying, oh, look, their friends talking and they're talking about crafts and, they've got their kids sitting with them. And then all of a sudden you let the F-bomb fly.
Sorry, people. They're like,
so, yeah,
oh my gosh, little Jimmy just heard the F word for the first time.
So this is adults only, just for that reason, just for language reasons, really.
I could keep my language to myself if I wanted to, but it's kind of hard.
It's not fun either. I mean, the whole thing is it's supposed to be like a normal conversation between you and me. That's the whole point of this. And normal conversations do include,
the expletives, yeah.
The occasional colorful metaphor.
Oh my gosh.
We're real. We're keeping it real, okay?
Oh my God.
This is us. This is what we do. This is how if we hung out in person, God help the world.
When we do hang out in person, it's kind of easy though.
I'm an introvert and everything, but around you, things would happen.
Yeah, we don't have you've been here a few times and I've been to you. I went to you once.
But you see, it was more like a vacation, it's not like an everyday hangout, what trouble can we get into today kind of thing.
I think we spend money that we don't have.
That would be part of it, yes.
Yeah. Michaela is so cute because yesterday she was talking to me about they have a job fair at their school, which is like a bunch of, I guess, college counselors are there to tell them what kind of jobs are out in the market today, which ones are popular, which ones are harder to get into, which ones need people. And of course the healthcare were there in masses saying, we need nurses, we need doctors, we have shortages. And everybody was like, yeah, go to hell. But Mac was like, there was nobody there. There were no artist jobs there. There were no mom and pop type people encouraging us to do anything like that. There was nobody encouraging me to take my ceramics passion forward. There was no encouraging me to go and do something with music.
Yeah, because the arts are looked down on by people
This is my kid, like a kid. Yeah. She's 15. What does she know? She was upset because nobody was encouraging us to take jobs as teachers or musicians or artists. They were all encouraging us to take jobs as nurses and computer people and desk jobs. And she was like, I don't understand why those jobs have to have a shortage, don't they? I'm like, I think there is a shortage of artists and musicians and those types of people too.
Because, could you imagine how the Stepford families would scream if they found out that somebody was encouraging their child against going to school to become a lawyer or a doctor? I mean, they probably would not allow them to even come into that fair. I don't want my kid to be an artist, a starving artist. That's how they perceive everything,
Probably.
It's like, you're going to struggle too much in life. You have to get a sound, stable career where you got benefits and you're making, $500,000 a year. And, I mean, come on.
Michaela already knows what she wants to do.
So there you go. She didn't even need it.
She wants to have her own picker store. She wants to be a picker.
Oh my God, she's so funny.
And she's like, I want to be a picker. And she said, I also want to have a job that makes money for me too. But I also want I want to be able to teach people about what life was like back when the things that I have in my store are around.
That's
she's very
cool.
She loves history. So I think she'll probably go into some type of history field or science. She's very scientific.
Any particular time in history or just history in general?
American history is her passion.
Really? That is so cool.
She gets that class next year, and she was freaking out when she got her schedule and told me. I actually got to take American history next year, and I said, all right, that's cool. She's like, Mommy, American history. Can you imagine? It's going to be so amazing. I'm like,
oh.
She wants to go to Virginia. She wants to go to South Carolina. She wants to go to Fort Sumter. She wants to go to the battlefields in Gettysburg.
Oh man, I would love to. I would go with her everywhere. I want to see Gettysburg. I've never been to Gettysburg.
How about this? How about we plan? That's a great idea, Beth. Why don't we plan for us to meet in Gettysburg and spend a weekend there?
Oh my God, I would love that.
We would meet like a Thursday afternoon or a Friday morning or whatever, and then we'd stay through the weekend and go home on Saturday or Sunday or Monday.
That sounds great.
All right, I'm writing this down. We're gonna have to stream from there.
That sounds great. I've always wanted to go to Gettysburg,
yes.
But I've never had another history geek who wanted to do that with me. So it's just like,
oh my gosh, my whole family loves Gettysburg. Even Ellie, who hates antiques and antiquing, she loves Gettysburg. And if you're there, it won't matter. She will be the happiest person that has ever lived. If Bethany comes, Ellie's life will be happy.
Oh my God, Gettysburg.
What she's going to end up doing is hanging out with Uncle Eddie the whole time anyway.
Yeah, if Uncle Eddie comes.
Yeah, he may not. He might not be able to, but if he does, that's cool. If he doesn't, that happens too.
Oh, I just smushed something. Go ahead. Sorry.
I think I'm writing this down right here. This is a goal. Gettysburg.
Gettysburg goal. We're doing it.
Gettysburg. So I know Harrell is really into Gettysburg. We love it. Ellie, it would be me, Harrell, Ellie, and you. And you got to bring Ed. I think he'd like it.
But that means he'd have to drive.
How about if we have Peggy?
Peggy can't leave her animals. She never goes anywhere.
Oh, Peggy, you suck.
She never goes anywhere.
Be living wherever her hubby is deployed, so she can't come.
Yeah.
And I don't think the boys would. I think the boys would actually like it. I do. I really do.
Well, as long as there's something going on at all times, the boys would like it. As long as it's not that they're just being dragged around from place to place. You have to come walk with us doing this boring adult stuff. Then that they may deal with.
Or it could just be me and you meeting there. But see, then Michaela would really feel shitty.
Yeah.
Because it's her favorite place on the planet.
That's her place.
And she's such a great kid, and they're adults now. They're not kids anymore.
Yeah.
They don't behave like kids. They're adults. Really, they are.
They're mini-me's.
Weird. We have to do that. So let me know what your schedule's like, and we'll plan that.
Okay. The only thing I got going on is that 2-week thing in July. And then possibly again in July, not sure what date though, going to Oklahoma for my son-in-law's graduation from boot camp.
Oh my gosh!
And
wait,
I'm probably,
that's wow.
I'm probably, I'm doing that more really well. I want to be there for his sake, but also Jess is going 3 kids. She's gonna need help.
Yeah, she will. The boys are really good though. I think they're going to be so happy to see him.
Oh, yeah.
Is he able to FaceTime them at all?
He's only hasn't even been there a week yet, so I don't think they let them do anything. I don't know if he's going to be able to contact her at all during the 9 weeks, or if they'll maybe let him write. I mean, the whole point of boot camp is to recondition you. And if you're in contact with your old life, that's kind of like somebody in rehab, being in contact with their druggy friends back home. They want to recondition you to their lifestyle and way of doing things, and that won't work if they're still too connected to back home.
Yeah, my friend's husband is there now too. I don't know where he is. I think he's in Tennessee maybe, but I don't know where he is. He actually does get to call home. He didn't get to call home right away, but like a few weeks into it, he got to call home.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I said, if they let him do anything at all, it's not going to be for a few weeks yet.
Yeah, and she knows that she can write him, right?
Yes, she's got to wait for a letter from him first so she knows where to write. And she said she's not sending him anything because she doesn't want anybody to be able to use anything that she sends as a means of humiliation, She says she heard from somebody that if you send them food, that they make you eat it all in one sitting, that kind of thing. So she's
Oh
like,
God.
no, I'm not going to do anything that's going to change. I said, Jessica, plain white envelope with a U.S. flag for the stamp. No,
That's
nothing
it.
drawn on it.
No.
Very
A
generic.
letter. Hey, we're good. Hope you're doing well. Miss you. Love you. Bye.
Yeah,
That's
right.
it.
And I said, yeah, and keep the letter very generic too, because you never know. They may make them read it out loud, or they may read it, or whatever.
Yeah, if there's especially if they want to single you out for any
Yes.
reason.
Yes.
Yep. Which hopefully they don't do that nowadays. I really don't think they do it like they used to in like Full Metal Jacket era. Could you
They
imagine?
they may still. I mean, no snowflakes are allowed in the military.
Yeah, I
And if
know.
they're in there, boy, they're not going to do well.
You're sensitive. They're gonna let you know that they know.
Oh yeah.
He's so what he's such a sentimental guy. This one, I'm like, oh my god.
He is, but he's very smart,
I know
and
he is.
he can be tough. So I don't think he's going to have any problems really.
Oh, that's good to know.
I have no doubt that he's going to do great. Um, and
I don't think he'll have a problem whatsoever. I just know that he is sentimental especially with Jess.
oh yeah,
The softy with her. He is.
but he knows it's only temporary. That's why I kept telling him, just keep reminding yourself when it's
Yeah,
bad. I said,
you're gonna be out
it's
of it.
not forever, and keep your eye on the prize. What the goal is that you're doing this for.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
I'm sure he'll do good. But it's not just physical; it's psychological too. But he's very strong-minded.
Is he? Yeah.
And they said, well, we're both Jessica and I are both like, the whole point of this is that they're trying to break you, right? They tear you down to build you up into what they need you to be,
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I know. So he knows more than I think he was letting on. He didn't want us to be afraid, so he wasn't saying anything. Because anytime she and I would say something, he'd say, I know. So he knows. He knows what
He.
he's signing up for.
I
He knows
you
it.
know sign up for. Yeah, you
Yeah.
do. You do. You do. Well, that's cool. I'm glad he's doing well, and hopefully she can hear from him soon because
Yeah.
it's a long haul. 8 weeks is it? How many weeks?
9.
Yeah, that's a long time. It
weeks.
isn't, but it is. It isn't, but it is. And I know she has video for the little one so that he doesn't forget.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, but he wouldn't forget anyway. But I'm just saying, like, that's
Yeah,
really
just
neat.
keep him fresh in his mind. But I think that's so sweet. He's sitting there, little baby sitting there smiling at daddy on the computer.
Isn't it cute? So cute.
Yeah, I'm sure he thinks about those kids when he's not in pain or doing something grueling. He's probably, any moment that he gets where his brain can relax for 10 seconds, he's probably thinking about those kids.
Oh, I bet you. I bet you're 100%.
How is everything going back home? I told him, I said, don't worry. I said, she and I are going to FaceTime quite a lot. I'm going to be going out there almost weekly.
Oh,
My sister Peggy's there in case of an emergency. She doesn't have a lot of friends there. That's the problem, is that she doesn't have a lot of friends where she lives. I mean, she's in the Bible Belt. She's a non-religious person living in the Bible Belt. That's rough to begin with.
it is.
Because a lot of the socialization down here is through church functions, and and it's all about what you're volunteering for, and yeah. So it's that whole the whole church way of life, which works really well for some people. It did for me at a certain point in my life when I needed it, but I just grew away from that.
Yeah.
Grew away from it, and but she never really got into it.
No, I never did either.
Yeah. So, but we're not talking politics and religion on here. That's part of our thing.
No, we don't. Nope.
That's about as religious as I'll get. I'll say, yeah, she's living in the Bible Belt, and she just can't relate.
That's it, folks. Living there.
Yeah. So, I know she'll be happy and relieved when it's all over.
Oh, and so will he.
And they're looking forward to, the adventure of, living someplace new and meeting new people and seeing things and everything. I mean, she was raised prime for this type of lifestyle because we moved so much. We might as well have been a military family. She and I. So she was even said to me last year, she goes, this is the longest I've ever lived anywhere. She says, I feel like I should be moving soon. Like, yeah, okay. And there she is.
Yeah.
Now she is. So she'll be able to handle this very well. He's never really moved much, but he'll have her to handle things that have to do with moving. Shoot. Shoot. You hear click, click, click. She's typing, folks.
Yeah, I ordered something from the app Mercari. I guess
I've
Mercari.
heard of it.
It's a let go type app. People sell it's like a garage sale type app. And the woman created a shipping label, but she didn't send the item, and she keeps texting me. I mean, messaging me there. Did you get the item? Did you get the item? I'm like, once you send it, I will get it, but you didn't send it yet. It's just the label's been. Yeah, she just made the label.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. And so you think it's been shipped, and it actually hasn't. It's just to fake you out. Remember that dress that you had made, custom made by that woman? She never got around to.
Yes.
Oh my God, I remember you were so upset. That was the worst case of procrastination for somebody providing a service to a customer that I've ever seen. What, did it take you like a year to get it?
Yeah. And it was all, I mean, once I got it, it was great, but she didn't even use the quality of materials she said she was going to use. It wasn't heavy velour and wool. It was cotton and like cheap shit velour. It still looked pretty, but it wasn't what I paid for.
That's terrible.
That is way too big for me now.
Was that an eBay thing?
Yeah. It's like 2 or 3 it's just way too big. In the stomach area, it's like a big, huge poof. In the butt area, it's really too big. I mean, in the chest area, that area didn't really change that much, but my shoulders, it's too big. My butt's too big. It's just too big for me now.
You could sell it. Because you don't really do that anymore anyway, right? I mean, I haven't heard about you doing that in a long time. Ed uses Let Go, and there's another one that he uses too. Can't remember the name of it. It's the same thing.
Sorry?
No, it's no. Offer Up. Offer Up. That's what it's called.
Oh, I've never heard of that one. I'll have to look at that.
Oh, what time are we at? I gotta keep 10:11. Yeah, we should probably end soon. Just woke up because insomnia, Jessica wrote, and that was half an hour ago. So she just got up, insomnia. She's not sleeping well because he's not there, and she's feeling kind of vulnerable, I think. Yeah, all right, so in 18 minutes, I gotta text this woman, find out where I'm meeting her at 11.
So you're meeting her. It's after 10, so you probably should get ready.
Yeah, well, she's only 10 minutes away, but she just asked me to text her when I'm half an hour before I'm ready to meet. So I don't even know where I'm meeting her. I hope it's a public place because I really don't like going to people's houses. But you'd be surprised at the amount of people down here that do not have cars or do not have a license.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How interesting is that?
And depending on what neighborhood it is off of Ashley Phosphate, I could be going into a real sketchy area.
Yeah, I don't really love that.
So I would rather be meeting her like at Walgreens parking lot.
Yeah.
I
don't blame you. No, thank you. Yeah. That's where I'd be going. I wouldn't go to somebody's house. I don't really like that. You should have somebody going with you.
Who's going to go with me? I don't know anybody here.
Ed. How far is it?
He's working.
Then go when he gets home. What time is it? I mean,
No, when he gets home, I'm going to the neighborhood meeting at 6 o'clock.
She won't meet you in a parking lot somewhere?
Oh, I don't know. She hasn't even said where we're meeting yet. But I'm just assuming it's her house. Because a lot of people are lazy and they don't want to leave. They want you to come to them.
All right.
So we'll see. We shall see. I'm just working on a little artist trading card here. That's what this is. And it's also practice for rocks.
That's a good idea. Artist trading card, you should join them. Good stuff.
Well, I want to get a few good ones under my belt first so I feel confident. You know me and my insecurity.
You're good.
I'm holding my breath while I'm doing this. It's ridiculous.
You're a freak show. Oh, yeah.
I am. Oh, my goodness. So after this meeting tonight, we don't have another neighborhood meeting until September. We take the summer off, thank God, because that's that much less minutes that I have to type up. So I've got to type up the minutes from the last meeting for tonight's meeting. And then I got to read them in front of the room full of people, which is not something I thought I was signing up for either. My introverted nature, that makes me cringe. I don't want to read anything in front of people. That was like my greatest fear when I was in school.
That's Michaela's big fear. She doesn't want to do it. No.
Oral reports in school.
Yep.
Oh my God, I would lose sleep for a week.
Yeah, you and Mackie are very similar there. She'll cry about it for a week. She won't just lose sleep. She'll actually be crying about it.
Yeah, that's another reason to homeschool.
I know. She's a little bit beyond that.
Unless you have a career that requires public speaking,
But you know what? To be honest, I'm really glad that I did not homeschool her early on, because it would have never given her the opportunity to have to do it. And she would still be really withdrawn. And she's not like that much anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel her pain.
Ellie could survive homeschooling. She would be too, like, I need to do something.
No, it's just boring.
She'd be like, is there Netflix in this curriculum?
Yeah, yeah, Netflix, her on Netflix. I need something else to watch, she posted.
Oh, I know.
I'm like, read a book. No.
She doesn't want to read a book. She's hilarious. She's funny. That kid is funny.
She's a freaking nature like a mother.
I just think about her and how freaking hilarious she is.
Hilarious.
Oh my gosh, it's 10:15.
I know. We're gonna end. We should end. So have a good day, everybody. If anybody's watching live, I'll wait a few seconds to catch up. That you know that we're leaving.
We're taking off now, and we will be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yes. Well, at the same time, could be anywhere between 8:30 and 9 o'clock.
Same washy time, same washy channel.
Bye.
Take care.